A golden sunrise illuminated the city of Talvandi. The birds began to sing, and the beautiful sounds of a baby could be heard from the house of the Biddis. Mehta Kalu Ji was still overwhelmed with joy and told his servant to go to Pandit Hardyaal Ji, a wise astrologer, and ask him to come to the house as soon as they could. The servant ran through the streets of Talvandi to Pandit Ji's home and knocked on the door. When Pandit Hardyaal Ji answered, the servant asked him to come quickly as a baby boy had been born in the house of the Biddis. Hearing this wonderful news, Pandit Ji replied, "I will be there as soon as I have finished my morning devotion." After a few hours, Pandit Hardyaal Ji completed his morning worship and prayers. He left his home and went straight to the house of Mehta Kalu Ji and Mata Tripta Ji. The door opened and Mehta Kalu Ji welcomed Pandit Hardyaal Ji into the courtyard. He told Pandit Ji of the good news. Paramatma has blessed our family. A beautiful baby boy has been born in our home. Pandit Ji, could you please write the baby's birth chart? Pandit Ji was pleased to see Mehta Kalu Ji so happy. He gave Mehta Kalu Ji his blessing and agreed. He asked for some saffron and paper and then began to ask about the birth of the child. Pandit Ji would need to know the exact time the baby was born and what sounds the baby made when it arrived into this world. Mehta Kalu Ji asked his servant to bring Adhaaiee. As she had delivered the baby, she would be able to help answer Pandit Ji's questions. He also asked his servant to go into the city and buy saffron and paper for Pandit Ji to use. While the servant completed the tasks in the city, Pandit Hardyaal Ji performed the worship of Ganesh to remove any obstacles before writing the birth chart. When Adhaaiee came to the courtyard, she told Pandit Hardyaal Ji that the baby was born in the early hours of the morning. When asked about the sounds the baby made, Adhaaiee told the story of how the baby arrived into this world. "I have delivered many babies in my time, but I have never seen a miracle like this. The baby came into this world full of happiness and laughter." Pandit Hardyaal Ji began to look into the baby's birth chart. The date and time were auspicious, and he was born on a full moon. Seeing these sacred signs, Pandit Hardyaal Ji believed that this child must be an Avtar, a manifestation of Paramatma upon the earth. He began to think about how fortunate Mehta Kalu Ji must be. Pandit Ji became very excited and could not wait to see the baby. Mehta Kalu Ji asked Adhaaiee to bring the baby boy into the courtyard. When Adhaaiee went to get the baby, at first Mata Tripta Ji was very worried. She did not want to let her newborn baby go out into the cold. Adhaaiee explained she would keep the baby warm and protected from the cold air. Hearing this, Mata Tripta Ji agreed to let the baby go outside while she rested. Adhaaiee passed the baby boy to Mehta Kalu Ji, who held him within his arms. Pandit Hardyaal Ji was in awe. With just a glance, he could see many promising physical characteristics. The baby's feet were rosy red and beautifully soft, just like a lotus flower. Their shoulders were broad and his chest was wide. His arms were long and reached down to his knees. His fingers were identical to each other, straight and slender. Both palms had long lines on them. Their right palm had the sign of the royal whisk, and the left palm had the sign of the royal canopy. His nails were pure white like pearls. Upon his glowing face, his cheeks were smooth and round, his nostrils were high, and his forehead resembled the shape of a crescent moon. He concluded that the baby, without a doubt, was an Avtar of Paramatma. Adhaaiee took the baby back to Mata Tripta Ji, and Pandit Ji performed the rituals according to the traditions of the family. After the rituals had finished, Mehta Kalu Ji asked Pandit Ji to pick a name for his newborn son. Pandit Ji replied that he needed time to think of a worthy name for such a great child. He told Mehta Kalu Ji to honour the birth of their son according to the traditions of their family, and if anyone comes to the house, they must not leave empty-handed. Once Pandit Ji left, Mehta Kalu Ji and Mata Tripta Ji hung neem leaves on the door. The leaves showed everybody in the city that it was a time of celebration in the home of the Beddis. Many people began to come to the house of the Beddis. They danced outside the house and sang sweet melodies. Beggars came to the door and Mehta Kalu Ji gave them hot food and new clothes. Over the next few days, relatives would come to visit the family, arriving dressed in extravagant clothing, gold necklaces, earrings, nose rings, and bracelets. They would sing songs of joy to celebrate the birth of the baby. The home of the Beddis was full of so much love, happiness, and laughter that it spread throughout the city of Talvandi. Everybody wanted to be a part of the celebrations, congratulating Mehta Kalu Ji and Mata Tripta Ji on their beautiful baby boy. Whoever came to the house would praise Mehta Kalu Ji. Mehta Kalu Ji is very wealthy, however, they have been so giving and so happy about the birth of their son. The baby must have a great fortune. Whilst everyone was celebrating, Pandit Hardyaal Ji thought and thought about what name would be fitting for the baby. On the 13th day, Pandit Ji arrived back at the house, beaming with delight, having chosen a name for the baby. His name shall be Nanak. There is no name equal to this one. Mehta Kalu Ji was not happy at all with this name. He wanted his son to have a well-known Hindu name. However, Pandit Ji began to explain. Both Hindus and Muslims will accept this child as an Avtar of Paramatma. He needs a name that can be accepted by both religions. The baby's name will become illuminated across the entire world. He will save countless people and give the gift of Naam openly and generously. However, this did not convince Mehta Kalu Ji. So Pandit Hardyaal Ji began to explain what the name Nanak meant. The name Nanak means a person who is without pain, forever absorbed in bliss. After this explanation from Pandit Ji, Mehta Kalu Ji became much happier with the name and accepted this name for his son. He then offered money to Pandit Hardyaal Ji for providing such a wonderful name for his baby. Pandit Hardyaal Ji left the house of the Beddis and began to walk home. He was so grateful that in his life he had been able to see the Avtar of Paramatma in the form of Shri Nanak Ji. But then he realized he was old and his body was frail, and Shri Nanak Ji had only just been born. Would he live long enough to be liberated by Shri Nanak Ji themselves? Pandit Ji thought, Shri Nanak Ji would know my heart's desire. He then bowed his head and prayed for a blessing, to be able to live long enough so Shri Nanak Ji could liberate him from this world. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe for more content. To support our work, please donate using the links in the description below. Thank you for watching.